So what's up YouTube, Tom Palmer here. Today what I want to do is go through 5 top tips that you can do to become a better golfer. So tip number 1, let's talk about the setup, the fundamentals. Let's get all these things correct before we actually start to play the game for 20, 30 years. Make sure that you've got the correct grip, make sure you've got the correct posture, make sure that your shoulders aren't aligned all over the place. Really important that you get the foundations right before you actually start playing for a long period of time, because otherwise what's going to happen is 20, 30 years down the line, you're going to go, oh well, I want to improve my grip, or I want to improve my posture. That way then it's going to take you a lot longer to get to the level that you want to get to. So really important that you make sure all of those fundamentals are right. Make sure the grip's not too strong, make sure the grip's not too weak, make sure that your shoulders aren't aiming left, make sure your shoulders aren't aiming right. All these things are really, really important when it comes to performing your golf swing repeatably. So really important for me, tip number 1, make sure that your posture and all your fundamentals are correct. So tip number 2, practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. I've been taught that from such a young age in terms of when I used to play football, when I played all different sports. No matter what sport I tried to play, I played to a high level, and I only got there through loads and loads of practice. So it is really important, no matter what you do, practice, 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 because that is how you're going to improve. The more practice you can do, doesn't matter what the weather conditions are like. It might be blowing a gale like it is today, it might be hammering down with rain, it might be a glorious sunny day. It doesn't matter what the conditions are like. Get yourself out and try and practice, and try and practice in different conditions. If you're playing on a golf course and it's hammering down with the rain and you're in a competition, you're not going to just go, oh hang on a second, I can't play anymore. I do hear that quite a lot as well, to be honest. People will go, oh I didn't play very well today because it was windy, or I didn't play very well today because it was raining. All these different excuses. But if you practice in those conditions, what will tend to happen is that when you're out on the course, you're experienced and you understand what to do in those different situations. So for me, practicing loads of different weather conditions and practice, practice, practice all the time is going to improve your game. So tip number 3 follows on a little bit from tip number 2. Practice short game. So I see so many people go in the driving range, bashing balls down the range, thinking, yeah, I'm getting really, really good. Yeah, it's important to refine your swing and make sure that you're finding fairways. However, if you've got a really bad short game and you can't up and down from off the green, or you're miles out and you keep missing greens here, there and everywhere, it's going to cost you more shots than it is from missing a fairway. So make sure that when you're practicing, practice your short game. If you haven't watched my videos already, I've done a video on pitching and I've done a video on your chipping. So you can even practice these from home or you're self-isolating. Just get yourself out in the garden, practice the little short game areas. It's going to make a huge difference ready for when you go back onto the course. It might not be as interesting as smashing a driver 300 yards down the fairway or 250, whatever it is, but short game is very, very important. So take your time with it, enjoy it, try and enjoy it, because the more you actually get into the habit of doing it and enjoying it, the better you become at it. So that is tip number 3, just smash that short game area. Tip number 4 now is going to be all about not being scared and making a mistake. I tend to see loads of people on the course thinking, oh, I'm a bit worried about that water, or I'm a bit worried about hitting it out of bounds. Don't worry, alright? It's only a hazard. If you hit it in there, it's done. But at the same time, if you're worrying about hitting the shot because it's out of bounds down the left-hand side, you're more than likely going to spoon it out to the right. So just take this into consideration. Try and think to yourself, I'm going to hit a good shot. Positive thinking. So really don't be worried about making a mistake out there. It happens to the best players. You watch people on tour. You watch Jordan Spieth when he chucked it into the water when he was about to win the Masters. Everybody does it, alright? But the more you get into your head and the more you're worried about making the mistake, the less likely you are to execute the shot. So try and stay positive with your golf, guys. Make sure you're not worried about making mistakes. Play committed shots, and if it doesn't work out for you at the end of the day, then you know what, it wasn't quite my day today. I'll go again, I'll practice it and make sure that I'm going to improve on it. So tip number 4 is all about getting that positive mindset and making sure you're not worried about making a mistake. So last but not least, tip number 5 is going to be all about course management. If you can improve your course management, this is going to be one of the final tips that I give you, but it's going to make sure that your golf game massively improves. Don't just presume because you're getting onto a hole that it needs a driver. I see so many people just picking up a driver. Oh, it's a par 4, it's a driver. Not necessarily, it's not. Take your time, have a look at the hole, see where you've got to position your ball to give yourself the best possible chance of getting that ball onto the green. It might be taking an iron to the right hand side because it's a dog leg left and we want to open up the green. The last thing you want to do is try and hit a driver down there, but actually take a little bit too much off to the left and be blocked out, because then you're going to have to play out, then it's a shot on the green. Play yourself down the right, open up the green and give yourself that shot. Even if you play like a fade, then set yourself up down the left and ensure that it goes out to the right hand side. If you usually play a hook, then you're going to have to struggle because you might have to aim it quite far out to the right and it's always going to move back to the left. So that's where you might want to try and improve your game to be able to try and hold that ball off a little bit, make sure that we don't hook it as much. So I might do a video on that actually on Friday, so you can watch that one on Friday. If you haven't already and you want to improve on your short game area while you're isolating at home, make sure to check out my video on how to use the bounce of the club when you're practicing your chipping. Or you can watch one of my other videos where you are working on your pitching technique and how you can actually play those pitch shots to become a better player ready for when you come back down to the golf course. So guys, hopefully those 5 tips have helped you improve your game, or will help you improve your game. If you know of any more, then pop them down in the comment section below. I want to know if you've got any more key tips to improve your game down in the comment section, so make sure to hit me up down there. And guess what, if you've subscribed and you comment on the video anyway, you're going to automatically be entered into a free giveaway for a brand new Spider S or Spider X putter. So nice and simple, just comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want, please hit a like on the video because I will really appreciate it.